Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have my March update for my 2016 Pan That palette. Now if you haven't seen my previous Pan That palette updates, I will link to them in the cards up there so you can go check those out if you'd like. But for this year, I'm trying to get through my MAC Amber x9 palette. And I think I made some pretty good progress in the last month. I actually managed to finish off 2 shades completely, which is amazing. So let me go ahead and show you what my palette looks like right now. Here's what my palette looks like currently. I managed to finish off both of these shades right here. Then I also hit pan on this middle shade. I've basically been using this eyeshadow palette every single time I put on makeup, so I've made a lot of progress on all of the other shades as well. I really expanded the pan here and here as well. This one I didn't expand the pan too much, but I do use that quite often. And then I'm on my 4th little dip here in my eyeliner shade. And then last month I mentioned how much I hate this shade down here. It's just so tightly packed and it's not really going anywhere. Fortunately, I did make a little bit of progress this month, but a lot of it just kind of chipped off when I was swirling my brush in it one day. So I was kind of happy to see it go that way just because I don't really like that color. So any way I can get it gone, I'm happy with. And this middle shade right here, I've been using it as a highlight on my eyes since the beginning of the year, but recently I started using it as a highlight all over my face, and I think that's been working really well, and I have noticed it going quicker, which is nice. And I mentioned how last month I've been using this as a contour. I'm still using this as a contour, so that's worked pretty well. So as far as goals go for the next month, I think I definitely can finish up this shade that I'm using as contour. It's called Cork. I definitely think I can finish that off, and then I'm pretty close to being done with this lid shade over here, so I think I'd like to finish that off this month too. And then for my liner shade, I would like to be on my 5th little divot here. I've got number 4 going, which is great, but I would like to be on number 5 by the end of the month. And then once I've hit pan for the 5th time in this shadow, I'm going to repress it just because I think it'll be hard to use if I don't do it that way. But yeah, so I think that is the goals as far as that palette goes for the next month. But I'm going to be adding in one more palette this year. All right, so because both of these shades are gone here, I need something to set my primer with on my eyes. I have been using this shade, but it's just too dark to use on its own, so I'm going to be adding in something from my Naked 3 palette. So before I chose to do my Amber x9 palette, I was going back and forth between that one and doing this one. The Naked 3 is the oldest palette that I own, so this makes a lot of sense for me to try and get through as many of these shades as I can. So I'm going to be adding in the lightest shade in here called Strange. So I'm going to be using this one along with this really stubborn shade here to set my liner, or to set my primer. And then I'm just going to try and use this one as much as I can to blend out different colors and stuff. So hopefully that one will be gone soon. Then as I mentioned, I'm almost done with this lid shade here. So when I'm done with this one, I want to start working on the shade Liar in the Naked 3. Or it's this one right here. So I want to start working on this. You can see I have hit a little bit of pan already, which is great. So I just want to continue to work on that one as soon as I'm done with the one that's in here. And as far as goals go for the month for my Naked 3 palette, I would like to hit the edge of Strange here in the pan. I don't have any goals as far as Liar goes because I'm not even sure if I'm going to get to that shade next, or this month I mean, but as soon as I start working on it, then I can come up with some goals. And then before I forget, let me insert a few pictures. I will insert an intro picture for this palette, and then I will insert last month's picture and then a new picture this month for this palette. So that is my update for the month of March for my Pan That palette. I'm really happy with how this is going now. I was really frustrated with this palette at the beginning of the year, but I think because I have made so much progress already, I'm really starting to kind of like the palette. It's never going to be my favorite, but I am really pleased with how I'm doing on it. Thank you guys, of course, so much for hanging out with me today. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. We can also connect on Instagram. There'll be a link down there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!